Sad reality where we have to face, you know what I mean? Too much senseless killing. Me say too much blood a run, and it seems like it's not enough. Them youth are sick, is like we kill you, them get a rush. All if you're innocent, them will kill you first. Can't catch quack, or you know them a go catch the shot. So much innocent bodies on the ground. Them say them want a bloody tone, cause the devil is around. Watch where you stepping and your blood you probably drown. Put a matic to your crown and everybody hear the sound. Aye. Say this your life, you eat no sweet. The youths them cold, them have no loving at the streets. Kingston 13, every mother does a weep. Oh God, me beg you please, save the youths them from the seas. Say man, they are for a righteous cause, and willing for burn the fire, cause the minds them last. We need for open up our eyes, we need for wise up fast. Serve the true and living God before the times get dark, you see me?
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one, a blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Friday, the day when Mr. Smichael smile upon some of the ones and ones them pocket. So whilst traversing the streets from Moran Point to Negril Point, continuously look out on the corner here, cause the old dirty corner boy them always out there. Alerts, yeah man. So today, my peeps, boy, may I tell you, the start of another weekend. We just hope that this weekend won't end in bloodletting as previous weekends have. So we're going to kick it off this morning over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine South Police Division, where yesterday, national headline right across the length and breadth of Jamaica, everyone was speaking about the brutal knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of PNP Councilor known as Ainsley, Parkins, but more popularly known in the community of Southborough as Tyson. Now this is the PNP Councilor presently on your screen. Really a sad day indeed when time we see our elected representatives slaughtered in the streets like common dogs. And if this is not a wake-up call to the ones and ones them, not just to the regular members of Chan Public, but also to our political representatives and also to the hierarchy of Jamaica, I don't know what else I go waking up. It seems as if these persons who we have elected to control the best interests of our nations, it seems as if them literally are sit down and wait for it to come and knock on their doors before they can take matters seriously. Now, the police high command says it has not yet established a motive for the brutal knockings and clappings of the PNP Councilor for Southborough Division, Ainsley, Parkins. The police report suggests that he was attacked and brutally slaughtered by criminal elements whilst sitting in his motor vehicle along Laurel Road sometime around 9:45 yesterday morning in Portmore, St. Catherine. It is said that he was overseeing some summer work being done by residents. Now, eyewitness reports also suggest that the criminal element that took his life was dressed casually and posing as a worker hours before the councillor drove up. It is said that said criminal element was there mowing a lawn. Yeah, man. Now, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Fitz Bailey, who visited the crime scene, stated that a police patrol was in the area when they heard loud explosions and responded. It is said that when they came, they found him slumped in the front of his vehicle, leaning towards the passenger seat. So the police commissioner is stating that based on their own assessment, it was obvious that the Nakis and Clappis was very close to him. But the police commissioner is also stating that there is no further information regarding how it happened. So we're going to hear from Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey as he weighs in on this brutal onslaught. Listen.
When they came, they found him slumped in the front of his vehicle, leaning toward the passenger seat. Based on our own assessment, it is obvious that the shooters were very close to him, but we have no further information regarding how it happened. The investigation has commenced. We have assembled a top-level team headed by CIB headquarters and the Major Investigation Division to lead on this investigation. I am appealing to members of the public who may have seen or heard anything to call us at 311 or 811 with any information that you have. We have no such evidence at this time. As I said, it's early days and we are not going to make any assumption. We will do an investigation and we are very open in our approach to this investigation.
So residents of the South Borough community stated that its inhabitants have been jolted by this recent slaying of the PNP councillor. So we're going to hear from some members of the community as they too weighed in on this brutal attack. Listen.
Because right now I'm telling the truth, Them things, I don't know how them happen and why should it happen. Government can't do anything to this, Police can't do nothing to this. Government cannot do anything to this. The crime started in this community maybe about a year now. Right where them kill the councillor, that's where it started. And then come and kill the man in the legal daylight. We just shocked. We don't believe that this could ever happen in our scheme. Him doing work still, Him doing work. Honestly, he was not a favorite of mine, but we get along. Because him have him ideas, me have my ideas. No two persons are not the same. Well, you can't look at a person and just kill him like that. It's embarrassing for us. Because we never buy a place I expect, say, we would have to interfere in where we live. And we're not fearful still, Because we don't have anything to do with it. But the scar that it places on our community is like blood that can't wash off,
Now, my peeps, for those who have been tuning into On The Spot News Media over the years, would have known for sure that I've covered many vlogs surrounding the knockings and clappings in the ongoing gang war facing the South Borough community of Portmore, St. Catherine, where I've listed many of its key players from both factions. It's an ongoing war that has claimed many lives, to include that of the PNP and also that of the JLP councillor for the said South Borough division. Now, this is not no joke business I go on right so, because from both political divides, persons from either sides has accused the councillors who are both now deceased from either sides of taking sides with their criminal elements and putting up resistance against the other than they coming together and trying to not fuel the fire, but that is the word on the ground, that both political divides, their political representatives are take side with criminal elements and fighting a war. And sadly, my peeps, it has cost them both their lives. So the JLP man, known as Lennox Hines, was taken out in a hail of bullets in the vicinity of 3 miles Marcus Garvey Drive section there, so sometime last year. So On The Spot News Media will most definitely do a follow-up vlog to break it all down for you, to show you where it had come from and what led to the demise of both political representatives, the PNP and the JLP, Councilor. Yeah, man. I'll also give you the main players and put the pieces of this puzzle together. So anyway, my peeps, make we continue. Now still in the parish of St. Catherine, but this time in the St. Catherine North Police Division, where them two man end up lose them 3 pints just a few days ago. Now they have since been identified by the police as 9 Head and Big Back. Boy, may I tell you, some names that them people have. But it is reported that sometime about 8 o'clock, explosions were heard in the vicinity of the Spanish Town Examination Depot. Checks were made and the 2 men were found suffering from what appears to be some serious kind of wounds. Now it is reported that they were fired on by occupants in a vehicle that drove up, and the scene was processed by the cops, and of course the incident is being probed by the Police Major Crime Investigation Division. Now let me tell you now what really going right so. When I see that man up on the screen right now, and one of them type of man that will always hang out at the examination depot, them we have a link with the inside man them now. So where them man I don't know, I seek for get clientele and promise them for get them fitness deal with her, then driver's license and all these things sort out. So basically the long and short of it is that 9 Head are them type of work them deal with in the examination depot as the like a inchman on the outside and link them up with the man them on the inside. So what really go on now is that him take a piece of food off of some man to get them some driver's license. And for some reason I decided it was not forthcoming, so the man them decide say yo, a knockings and clappings if you're not gonna run back them money and run driver's license. So the man them continuously a call him and him a dodge the man them call. So the man them just roll up and just pepper him up with some 9 ball. But when time the man them roll up on him him run off and go hug on pan the elder, and the man them just put it on pan the 2 of them. So the elder were known as Big Back, never involved, was never the target, but just a casualty of war. So my peeps, especially to them little side man there where say them a hustle at the depot them, right across Jamaica. No one do. If you no link na that strong in the place, stop take people money and take them for idiot. When I see how Jamaica run, the whole dynamic of the thing change. Yeah, man. And still in the St. Catherine North Police Division, the Spanish Town Police has launched an investigation surrounding the loss of life of 56-year-old Nicola Ogilvie. She's of a Whitewater Meadows housing scheme address in St. Catherine. Now, the police report suggests that the 56-year-old Nicola Ogilvie, who was an animal groomer, was reportedly found at her home by relatives sometime around 10 a.m. yesterday morning. The police were summoned and they found her on her back in her bedroom with her head bashed in. The police stated that they are reportedly seeking one of the woman's relatives with whom she is believed to have had a dispute with in recent times. Now, my peeps, the thing serious. Trust me, people life just narrow down to nothing at all. But we are going to move over right now to the western side of the island, where a double knockings and clappings took place over there in Lilliput. We are talking about the 2 brother them who end up lose them 3 pints. Now the St. James police has launched an investigation surrounding the knockings and clappings of a 16-year-old boy and his 22-year-old brother as they were taken out in a hail of bullets execution style over there in Long Bay, St. James. Now this is a picture of their home that was also set ablaze after their brutal slaying. The incident is being probed by the Era 1 Major Investigation Division and the Barretown Police. The deceased man has since been identified as 16-year-old Neo Samuels, a student of the St. James High School in the parish, and his 22-year-old brother, Gregor Forbes, both of Wrong Turn Road addresses in Long Bay, St. James. The police report that sometime about 11:40 p.m. the brothers and 5 other family members were at home when armed criminal elements went to the board section of the house occupied by the siblings and kicked the door open. It is said that the men held the brothers at gunpoint and placed them face down before clapping out the whole of them head back. The house, which is mix of board and concrete, was then set afire. The structure was destroyed in the blaze. An elderly woman, a child, a teenage girl, and 2 other family members managed to escape unhurt. They lost all their belongings in that blaze. Now the target of that brutal knockings and clappings is the 22-year-old brother. And it is rather unfortunate that the 16-year-old end up losing 3 pints in such a fashion. Now, family need to understand that when you have criminal elements who you are related to or is among you, you need to be very clear about what you're about. So it's either you go in league with them slackness, or you go make them know, say, yo, you and your slackness got to go, because the entire family could have lose them 3 pints just because the 22-year-old mix up. So my peeps, again, pick a side and stay upon it. Yeah, man. And still in the parish of St. James, we are going to talk about knockings and clappings carried out by Officer Yeman Pick and team in the Shaw Castle community of St. James. All of that go on Tuesday. Now this criminal element here, presently on your screen, who has since been identified as Adlan Ferguson, otherwise known as Tata, was taken out by the police because he put up a resistance. He don't know, say, once I do that with Officer Yeman Pick and team, a dirt settings. Yeah, man. No, Tata was not the target for the operation. Actually, his brother was the initial target. So his brother, who has since been identified as Romario Ferguson, he was the person of interest that the police them come for because he's wanted in connection with some knockings and clappings and shooting with intent. And of course, him ClapWeh 1 and 2 people in the streets also. So reports from the police is saying that the lawmen arrived at the premises in the community and Adlan Ferguson emerged with a firearm. So despite the police calls to surrender, he opened gunfire at the officers who returned fire, resulting in Adlan's losing 3 pints. Now the police is stating that Romario Ferguson, otherwise known as JT, appeared from under the house and also began firing at the officers. However, he managed to escape the police dragnet. So the St. James Police has called for Romario Ferguson to turn in himself to the nearest police station or else. So I don't know if you're in a hurry if you join a brother, but I would ask you to turn yourself in also. If you love the life that God has blessed you with, turn in yourself to the police and go do your time for your crime. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, again, a word to the wise. So now that family have 1 brother for bury and need to go find lawyer fee for the other if he takes the advice and turn in himself. But if not, I can guarantee you that another funeral is imminent. So anyway, again, my peeps, a word to the wise. So remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.